Folks, as I promised, the night before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the town, not a dealer would answer, no pot could be found. Baggies and jars, they were filled with nothing but air, aside from the hope that our dealers would care. The stoners were cramped and snug in their car, while driving to Noco to buy a cigar. They returned to the house, but no one called back. For a few dreadful moments they debated on crack. When out on the lawn, a noise broke their chatter. The potheads decided to investigate the matter. Down the stairs they began to dash, quickly pulling out crumpled up cash. One by one they walked through the snow, hoping to collect a big bag of dro. And then what to my red eyes appeared? A ragged old hobo, clutching a six-pack of beer. His stench was that of the best hydroponics, and I knew in a moment that it must be Chris Chronic. Closer and closer Chris Chronic came, and one by one he called them by name. Now Missy, now Nicky, now Jackie and Dylan, on Kelly and Sophie and Brian and Kevin. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, this Christmas you'll be the most baked of them all. Buds and nugs, they rain from the sky. When they meet with the flame, the smoker gets high. So up to the roof the hobo now climbed. More impressive still, he chugged a beer the whole time. Then with a belch I heard from the roof, the hobo fell over. He knocked out his tooth. I shook my head and began to frown. I was shocked at the sight of this magical clown. He was dirty and ragged from his head to his foot. His clothes, they were tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of buds was slung on his back. He kept itching his neck as though hooked on the crack. His eyes, how red, bright red like a cherry. The cheeks were hollow. This man looked scary. The drool from his mouth dripped down to the floor. This man was beyond poorer than poor. The stump of a pipe he held in his teeth. Pot smoke encircled his head like a wreath. He had a dirty face and a sunken-in belly that growled in the silence, so we fed him some jelly. He was thin and skinny, one real messed-up elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. With the wink of an eye and the jerk of his head, he took all the stoners back into the shed. He spoke not a word, but went straight to work, and after a few moments he stood up and smirked. He lit up the blunt and took just one puff. He passed it around. This shit was good stuff. All of a sudden the hobo disappeared, but not before he spread Christmas cheer. But I did hear him say, far out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Happy holidays, everyone.